addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Town & Country Home Mortgage has been simplifying the home buying process for 18 years. We offer VA, FHA, USDA, conventional, and construction loans. Come see us or apply online at NephiMortgage.com. That's NephiMortgage.com. We are committed to our community and enjoy serving our friends and family. Talk to one of our expert loan officers, Abby Ivory, Liz Brotherson, Chantel Bennett, or Joe Nielsen. Town & Country Home Mortgage, proud supporters of high school athletics.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. B. Noel Robinson, Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, physician's assistants Reagan Fales, Travis Hicks, and Kenneth Hussey, and nurse practitioners Robin Horton, Lindsay Cheney, Rebecca Rasmussen, and Wade Hollingshead. The Beaver Medical Clinic offers affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we make it happen for you.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt-hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Jones & DeMille Engineering is more than a civil engineering firm. They're shaping new opportunities for work and play, shaping the landscape in the rural Intermountain West, and shaping the communities that they're proud to be a part of. Their offices in Richfield, Manti, Price, St. George, Monticello, Springville, Roosevelt, and Tooele provide civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sam P. Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sampetesteel.com.
Castle Valley Orthodontics specializes in state-of-the-art digital radiographs and 3D dental models. It also offers interest-free payment plans starting as low as $99 a month. Castle Valley Orthodontics will be there with you from beginning to end.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dan Cowley with Castle Valley Orthodontics. Born and raised here in Carbon-Emery County, been able to move back home. Looking forward to meeting everybody of Carbon-Emery County coming in to see us.
Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back. It's 2A softball tournament action. We're down to the final 4 teams. Right now, Duchesne and Enterprise are playing on field number 3. And, of course, we've got this game to face the loser of that game. It's the Beaver Beavers and the Millard Eagles. So we're just talking about 2-0 lead for Enterprise already in the top of the first. Of course, Duchesne, the highest seed. I'm welcomed by Tavy Miles. And Tavy, welcome to the broadcast. And how do you see this game today?
Well, I'm happy to. Is this on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy to be here. And Iowa didn't see the game yesterday, but it seemed like it was a pretty good game. So I'm hoping for, just good offense and defense on both sides. And, yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, yesterday 5-2 win by the Beavers to advance to the quarterfinal matchup to face Enterprise. And, of course, Enterprise defeated the Lady Beavers today 10-0. And so now they've earned their way back. They're just fresh off of a 22-12 victory over the Gunnison Bulldogs. That game went on and on. And I agree. I hope this one's just a quicker game and a lot of momentum, but a good, clean game. These two teams very familiar with each other. They've played 3 times this season. The Beavers lead the series 2-1. And the Millard Eagles would love to even up the matchup 2-2.
Yeah, and Pepper Gale and I called the Millard Perwin game, and they ended about an hour and a half ago. So they've had quite a breather before this game against Beaver.
Quite a breather. And Beavers had about 40 minutes. And so these two teams now face off. It'll be the Beavers, the number 3 seed, and the Millard Eagles are the number 6 seed. And so we welcome you here tonight. Well, it's this evening almost, this afternoon. And we'll keep you posted on all the games. There's only 8 teams left in both the 3A and 2A tournaments. So, again, Duchesne and Enterprise facing off on field 3. They're in the no-loss bracket. And in this one, the one-loss bracket is down to Millard and Beaver. So we've got 3 teams out of the 2A South and 1 team out of the 2A North. So that's what we have this year.
Millard is in the southern region? Okay.
Yep, they play in league with the Beavers and the Wolves. The Wolves were undefeated against both the Beavers and the Wolves and haven't played Duchesne yet. So.
Well, I think both fields will have good games, and we'll see how it turns out. Personally,
after watching Enterprise play for the 3rd time this season, I just don't see anybody. Someone's going to have the game of their life to beat the Enterprise Wolves. And I'm not sure Duchesne can do it. I think Duchesne's got a fantastic club. I just think it's Enterprise than everybody else.
I would agree, especially looking at, the scores coming out of every single game this tournament. I totally agree with you, Scott.
Okay, here we go. Starting off for the Millard Eagles, the visiting team will be Katie Dearden. She plays left field. And Dearden on the season coming into the tournament. Talk to me.
Dearden averages 500 at the plate with 17 RBIs, 4 doubles, and 3 triples.
So here we go. And there's going to be a hit right up the middle, and that started a leadoff single by Katie Dearden right over the pitcher's head, and the first runner's aboard, leadoff runner aboard for the Millard Eagles.
That is exactly how Millard wanted to start off this game with a hard hit first pitch of the game. Just get that ball rolling right from the start.
Here we go. Haley Flynn, the center fielder, up next.
Haley Flynn averages 437 at the plate with 24 RBIs, 14 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 home runs.
And there's another single, and this one by Flynn. And so now runners at the corners as Dearden goes around 2/3. So the Millard Eagles open up just like they want with 2 straight hits. Hallie Hawkins in the circle for the Beavers of Beaver High School. That'll bring up Shaylee Burriston.
Shaylee Burriston averages 582 at the plate with 34 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 6 home runs.
Yeah, Shaylee, a talent. And she can hit it. So she'll step in against Hawkins. Here's the first pitch to Burriston. That one's hit back to the pitcher, and it's going to be a 1. Can't quite get the second one. And Star Moon picks it up. It does drive in a run, so Burriston picks up the RBI, and she will get on the fielder's choice.
Unfortunate error there at first base. Almost got that double play. Definitely an advantage for the Eagles.
So Flynn with a 6 unassisted. And Millard very lucky that didn't get doubled up. But the Millard Eagles score the first run of the game as Dearden comes across. It's 1-0 Millard with 1 out. Burriston now on base at second.
Looks like we got a timeout on the field with Coach Blackner.
I think Coach Bradshaw was talking about,
excuse me.
he must be talking about the possible interference by the base runner. I mean, I didn't see any. I just saw a slide, and so.
I was almost thinking of the first base when she turned to go to second. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. I don't think it's changing much.
Yeah, it looks like it. Just heading back out.
So Darian Maxfield is your shortstop for Millard up to the plate.
Maxfield averages 386 at the plate, 22 RBIs, 5 doubles, and 2 home runs.
Strike one for Maxfield. So you've got Burriston in scoring position with 1 out. Counts 0-1. That pitch is high, ball 1-1. There's Coach Aldridge. He's been taking care of 3A duty. Here's a fly ball, and it's going to drop in for a base hit by Maxfield, and just out of the outstretched arms of Sam Atkin.
Yeah, she was able to find that pocket there in right field. We have runners on the corners now.
Yep, runners on the corners as Burriston goes to third. Now up will be Lily Reed.
Reed averages 386 or 368 at the plate with 33 RBIs, 5 doubles, 1 and 1 triple.
So some good hitting for the Millard Eagles. Here's the pitch from Hawkins, high, and it's going to go over the catcher. So that'll be an easy pass ball base for Darian Maxfield. And ball 1 for Lily Reed.
Millard being conservative on the third base, not wanting to risk out at the plate.
Here's the pitch from Hawkins. That's going to be a strike, hit foul on the right side. Tavy, you've been in this kind of a situation. Talk to me about the grind of coming through that one loss, and what does it do to a team?
You know, it's pretty rough. Not gonna lie. There's a lot of games, and then having to come back and beat the winning team twice is just. It's very difficult. You have to have a good team with good communication, or else it's pretty much impossible, I'm not going to lie.
There you go. 1-2 the count to Reed. Reed, the second baseman. There's the 1-2 pitch. And it's going to be hit to an error on the first baseman is going to allow 1 run. Now the second run comes in, so 2 runs for Lily Reed on the RBI. She goes to first. And so an unfortunate error on the Lady Beavers allows 2 more runs. That makes it 3-0. 3 runs for the Eagles in the top of the first.
Millard really capitalizing on that error, scoring 2 runs, putting them in a very good position for this top of the first.
Hallie Warner up to the plate. She's the catcher for the Millard Eagles, and ball 1.
Warner averages 323 at the plate with 19 RBIs, 4 doubles, and 1 home run.
These 2 teams played yesterday. Beavers came away with a 5-2 victory. Here's a strike 1, 1-1 the count.
Good cut there by Warner. Definitely wanting to hit here.
Just a mild breeze, really nice day compared to yesterday. And there's a big hit into left field. That's going to be a nice base hit, maybe a double. We'll see what happens. Nope, just a single. Good job by the left fielder, Lindsey Pender, to knock that down, but that's the 3rd hit of the inning for the Millard Eagles.
If that would have got past Pender there in left field, I think both of them would have advanced at least to third.
So again, 3-0 score. We're in the top of the first inning, 1 out. We're already at batter number 7. That's Mercedes Bowers.
Bowers averages 333 at the plate with 5 RBIs.
When you start seeing batting averages like 333 in the 6th position, 7th position, you're hitting well as a team.
Oh, I totally agree. That's a pretty great average, especially like you said in that 6th position.
So stepping back up is Bowers. There's the pitch. Bowers with a foul off on the right side, strike 1. Bowers is the designated player for the flex player Aubrey Lunt, who plays first base. A lot of excitement here on the field. We'll check the score of the Enterprise Duchesne game here shortly. There's a ball high. Not a bad pitch by Hawkins.
No, I would agree. Sometimes I think a high pitch just to see if they'll chase is a good thing.
You never chased high pitch, did you?
Oh, never.
Oh, good. Ooh, boy, that was a shot down the right field line. Does go foul, however. The count's 1-2.
Yeah, not a bad placement when you have runners on second and third. Putting it in the right field gives it a better advantage for the runners to score.
Here's the pitch. That one's going to be a base hit into center field. That should score another run. We'll see about the throw. No, they'll hold. And that was probably a wise decision. The throw nicely done by Hutchings. And the bases are loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, that was a very good throw by Hutchings into the catcher. I do think it's wise to hit your cutoffs, though. And I actually haven't seen that yet since I've been here. So I hope to see it a little bit soon.
Wendy agrees. That's right. So 5 singles already for Millard in this top of the first inning. That's crazy. J.D. Kane up to bat. And Kane will hit it to the third baseman. Play at home, and the play is down. Nice job by Caitlin Lim on third base.
Yeah, good decision there, going home. Don't want that runner to score.
Now, sorry about that, KB.
I was just going to say, unfortunately, they weren't able to roll that double play.
So now Maddie Stevenson, the right fielder, will be up. The force is on, so any base. Here's Stevenson. She'll swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Stevenson averages 270 at the plate with 11 RBIs.
Here comes pitch number 2. Want to know the count. There's going to be a hit to second base. And they're going to say safe. And I think you're going to get some argument that she went out of the line, but nope. The coach is right there. Yep.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate play. You think that tag is there just because they're running right by it, but you're just out of reach, and it allows the run to score.
So that is the 4th run as Reed comes in, and the base is still loaded for the leadoff batter, Katie Dearden. Here's the pitch, and that one's outside. Nice block by Albrecht.
Yeah, this is a very pivotal moment when you do not want one pitch to go behind you, because that takes off all of the forces, and, obviously a run's going to score, and that's not what you want.
Yeah. Here we go. And that one's going to hit back, and can it be made? And the Beavers do get out of that one, so 6-4 rather, on the out. But the Millard Eagles do some damage as they score 4 runs in the top of the first inning, and that's where we stand. So it's 4 runs on, I think I had 5 hits. 5 hits unofficially. 4 runs, 5 hits. 2 errors with 3 left on. We'll be back with the bottom of the first inning after this.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back, Scott Langford, Tavy Miles, and we're going to the bottom of the first. Millard does some damage in the top of the first with 4 runs, and the Beavers will need to answer. As we saw in the last game with a 22-12 victory, the Beavers used the bats to take care of that one. They'll need to do the same in this one.
Yeah, I totally agree. They need to start hitting the bats early so that they can chip away at that lead that the Millard Eagles already got up on them.
Here's Kinsley Carter. She'll be the leadoff. She plays shortstop for the Beavers. And the Beavers, a very senior-oriented team with 6 of the first 7 batters being seniors.
Carter averages .325 at the plate with 17 RBIs, 6 doubles, and 1 triple.
There's the first pitch. Pitch is in and strike. Swing and a miss for Carter. And Burriston in the circle for Millard. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That looked good, is good. So 0-2 count for Carter.
Last game, Burriston really liked that outside corner, and it looks like she likes the same here.
Oh, yeah. Shaley does a good job of hitting that corner, too. Here's the pitch, and that one is high. Ball 1. 1-2.
Similar to last game, she liked to throw that high pitch, seeing if they'll chase for that last strike.
There comes Burston with a 1-2. Still the pitcher's count. Pitches up and strike 3 as she caught her up high.
Very good pitch there. A little bit off speed, I would say, as well, which threw off Carter.
So nice pitch by Shaylee Burston, and Millard with some energy and the first out of the bottom of the first. Now it'll be Caitlin Lim.
Caitlin Lim averages .393 at the plate with 22 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 1 home run.
Ball 1 high for Burston. Caitlin steps back in. Swing and a miss, strike 2. A little bit of off speed again. Excuse me, strike 1-1.
The most important thing about off-speed pitches is that they're not a lot different from your fast balls. That's how you really throw off batters, and that's what she does well.
Yes, she does. She disguises it quite well. And there you go. Explain that.
Well, it was an off-speed, but it also was a little bit of a drop ball, and she swung right over top of it.
So 1-2 the count. Pitcher's count again for Shaylee Burston. 1-2 pitch. That one's going to catch it as Lim lets it go. And top of the strike zone, that's strikeout number 2. So 2 up, 2 strikeouts for Shaylee Burston. And that'll bring up Star Moon.
Star Moon averages .423 at the plate with 27 RBIs, 8 doubles, and 7 home runs.
Here's Moon. She steps up to the plate. There's the pitch. Oh, boy, that was a perfect strike. And Moon just missed it. That's one of those that Wendy was talking about between games, that upper strike zone. You hit that one, it's going. Strike 1. Moon, and that one's up there, and looks like it go foul. It's exactly the same spot, what we were talking about. 0-2 the count on Star Moon.
Yeah, she's got to come back right here if she wants to get on base. Just a base hit was all she needs.
Yep, already 2 outs, 2 up, 2 down. Moon trying not to allow the 3 up, 3 down.
Beaver definitely wanting to start a 2-out rally here. We'll see if they can do it.
She'll step back in. Ball comes in from the outfield. 2-2 was our score, Duchesne and Enterprise. So that was a hotly contested contest on field 3. Oh, Moon chases one on the outside. That'll be strikeout number 3. So Burston with all 3 strikeouts, and that'll do it. In the end of the first inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. 4-0 Millard when we come back.
JN Auto loves our customers and our community, so we have sanitized our entire inventory. Mold, germs, and yes, coronavirus are eradicated. Our all-natural treatment is safe for you, your pets, and anyone you take along in your new ride. After 6 months, stop by and we can get you rolling germ-free again. Treatments are offered in a single application or a 1, 3, or 5-year contract. Stop by your local JN Auto location to learn more about our sanitizing options.
Welcome back. Scott Langford, Tavy Miles here from the Spanish Fork Sports Complex. Appreciate all those who help you bring these broadcasts on 2A and 3A softball on Centricom Channel 10, including Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, San Pete Steel in Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Jones DeMille Engineering, and Town and Country Home Mortgage in Nephi. So big thanks. Now, as we approach the second inning of play, it is going to be Haley Flynn leading off for the Millard Eagles. Ball 1 high. Millard Eagles lead 4-0. Millard is batting 2-3-4. They batted around. They batted 10 batters in the first inning. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Strike 1-1.
Beaver hoping to shut down Millard this inning. Don't want to add any more runs to that score.
That's right, already 5 hits. I wanted to check with Wendy and see if that's what she had as well. So 5 hits in that top half of the first. And there's another one right there. That's perfectly in the gap, right over the second baseman's head, and that's hit number 1. And the leadoff runner again on the bases for the Millard Eagles.
You know, not to compare Millard and Perwin last game, but this is exactly what they did. They just RBIs, base hits, adding up those runs, and, you know, they're just continuing that with this game.
Yep, all 5 were singles, and now a single to start the bottom of 2, or top of 2. Ball 1 on Burriston. The 2 pitchers squaring off, Hawkins and Burriston. Still 2-2, Enterprise and Duchesne. That's ball high outside, 2-0 the count. Batters count for Burriston.
Yeah, she can be a little bit choosy here with the next couple pitches. We'll see how that plays out for her.
Now she can really be choosy. 3-0 the count. So Hawkins will have to come right at him now. And there is strike 1, so 3-1 the count on Burriston. I guarantee her dad, the coach, is saying, okay, take this one. Meaning swing at this next one.
Don't let it go by you.
And she won't need to. Ball 4, so 2 runners on. Flynn goes to second, Burriston to first, and we've got 2 runners on, no outs. Millard already, again, gathering momentum from the plate. Darian Maxfield hit a single at her last at bat. She's up.
Beaver really wanting to shut down that base runner. Don't want it at third.
Swing and fouled off back, so strike 1. Here comes Hawkins. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So 0-2 now, a pitcher's count. And the impact of playing those 3 games in a row for both of these teams is being felt. Well, actually, just 2 games for Millard, 3 for Beaver.
Fatigue does
boy, that is a deep, that is over the fence in left field. Is it a fair ball? It is not. Foul ball. That one would have been a home run for Maxfield.
It would have been. Flynn on second base was a little bit upset that it just barely went out of bounds as she was stomping out there on the field.
Maxfield still with the 0-2 count. Here comes Hawkins. Hawkins throws a high one. Nice stop by Albrecht.
A little bit of an off-speed pitch right there. Unfortunately, just a little bit too high.
Pitch looks to the outside corner. Can't quite get it. That was close. It's 2-2.
A little bit outside and, just wasn't able to frame it correctly, unfortunately.
Nice stop by Albrecht. That one way outside. Full count.
A good play there.
Yeah, I think it's a smart idea to try to catch that corner, but just missing.
I agree.
There's going to be a pop fly over to Carter. She looks back to see if she can double someone up, but everybody's back.
Yeah, good play there by Carter. Getting 1 out for this inning. Beaver hoping to hold these 2 runners for the next 2.
Lily Reed now, the 5th batter in the lineup. She is 0 for 1. She got on error last time up. Here's ball 1 by Hawkins. There's going to be a hit out to right field again. Marshall picks it up, trying to stop the run. She takes that second hop. Boy, in the outfield, you can't afford the second hop. You just got to turn and fire. But no harm done. Bases loaded.
Beaver looking to go home here. Don't want to add another run to the score. Hopefully they bring it in just a little bit.
So that's his second single of the inning for the Eagles. Foul ball, strike 1.
A base hit here could potentially score 2 runs for the Eagles, and that would be awesome for them.
Yes, it would. Bases loaded. Pitch is fouled off again, so 0-2 the count. Pitcher's count for Hallie Hawkins. We're in the top of the second. Bases loaded. Millard already up by 4. Beavers trying to get out of this inning without any more damage. Millard would like to add to their lead. That one's right down the middle, hit up the left field line, and will be foul.
Millard's just a little bit ahead of it, I think. Pulling him just to the left, just barely outside with 2 great hits so far.
But they are attacking the ball.
Definitely. They came to hit, and they are hitting.
Yes, they are. 0-2, still the count. Pitches up on the outside, ball 1.
Not a bad pitch, I'd say.
Yeah, Warner hit into left field last time up. Had a single. And she chases that one. Hallie Hawkins with strikeout number 1 and out number 2.
This is when full bases can become, an advantage for the defense, just so they can go anywhere to get an out.
Yep, any base. Pitches in and ball 1, slightly up. At the place, Mercedes Bauer. She also hit a single straight up the middle last time. And about like that. That's exactly what it looked like. So she hits another single and 2-run score for the Millard Eagles. Beautiful 2 RBIs by Mercedes Bowers.
That was a great hit, and just like I said, 1 hit can score 2, and it did, leaving runners at the corners.
You called that one. So Burstyn and Flynn come in. And that leaves Reed at third. And Bowers at first.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but Hallie Hutchins with another good, throw to home. It was just a little bit too late, unfortunately.
So runners at the corners, 2 outs, 6-0 our score. That's a strike 1, right down the middle.
When there's runners at the corners, you can risk it and try to get a throw down a second, but I don't think in this situation it would be smart for them.
Right. 1-1. What would you have done as a catcher? Did you want to throw down?
Later in my career, yes.
Early, no?
Early, no. Early, I probably would have faked to the shortstop and sent it back home so you can get that tag out home.
There you go. So here we go. The count's 1-2. And she'll chase that one. Foul ball.
Ooh.
Still 1-2.
I didn't hear it come off the bat. I thought it just hit off her glove, but.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Kane. That one's going to be foul. Boy, that one went in and out, just right up the line. It could have gone either way. If it hits the wrong pebble, it's going back in. That's right. 1-2 remains the count for J.D. Kane. Ball 1. Oh, whoops. Ball 2. 2-2. I was kind of listening to the Enterprise Duchesne game for a second.
Sounded exciting over there, that's for sure.
And strike 3. Hallie Hawkins with 2 strikeouts in that inning. But more damage done as Millard Eagles score 2 runs on 3 hits. So already 8 hits in the ball game. So 2 runs, 3 hits. No errors with 1 left on. Is that correct? 2 left on. So going into the bottom of the second, 6-0 Millard when we come back.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Welcome back. Scott Langford, Tavy Miles. We're going to the bottom of the second. 6-0 Millard over Beaver. It'll be 4, 5, 6 batters for the Beavers. Lindsay Pender will be up first for the Beavers. She'll be followed by Sam Atkin and Addie Marshall.
Pender averages 360 at the plate with 17 RBIs and 6 doubles.
She's the only sophomore in the top 6 who isn't a senior. All the rest of the batters are seniors for this Beaver team. So we've got 6-0 the score. We're in the bottom of the second. There's Pender. Burstyn. Pitch outside. Ball 1. Pretty close.
Yeah, good eye there by Pender as she's been throwing pretty close strikes there on the outside corner.
Yep. Here's the 1-0 pitch for Pender. Comes in, low, ball 2.
Pender hoping to be the first Beaver on the bags here.
Yep. Yeah, the first inning, the Beavers were 3 up, 3 down with 3 strikeouts. Pender swing and a miss, strike 1. 2-1 the count. Two with the semifinal matchup in the championship category with Duchesne and Enterprise. Pender kicks that one out and almost tags a lady. 2-2 the count. Holy cow. Yeah. I thought she was going to take that one.
It's always a minefield out here. Got to always be watching.
Yeah. She didn't even flinch either.
I know. She's just walking.
Yeah, missed me. Pender will chase it. I think that's a good protect. That might have caught the corner, so Pender stays alive with the 2-2 count.
Yeah, I would say that was a good cut. Fortunate it went out of bounds. Or why do I keep saying that? Foul.
Foul. Yeah, you're playing basketball still.
I know.
We started talking about it. Now you can't get off of it. Ball. Full count now. Pender battles back. Now the payoff pitch for Lindsay coming up.
Ball on the field.
From the 3A ranks. Pitch. Pender hits a deep shot to left center. No one will get that one. And Pender with a single, leadoff single, and the Beavers finally have a base runner.
Hopefully they can build off this and just kind of mirror what Millard's been doing and just keep adding on those singles to get some runs on the board.
Yep, Sam Atkin up for the Beavers. She's the second baseman.
Atkin averages 250 at the plate with 2 RBIs.
Atkin steps in. There's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Coach Alan Bradshaw giving signs. Home run. Strike 1.
There's that outside corner again. A little bit lower than usual, though.
So I think Enterprise just hit a home run.
I think Duchesne was up, I thought.
Was it?
I think it is.
Okay, might be Duchesne.
Unless it changed since I went over and looked last, but.
The ball fouled off by Atkin. 1-2 the count. No outs, runner on first. We're in the bottom of the second. Millard 6. No score for the Beavers. Beautiful day here at the Spanish Fork Sports Complex. Great venue.
Another
Atkin
foul.
takes another one. She is dropping her bat just a touch, swinging under those pitches. If that pitch is a little lower, that's going to go a ways.
Yes, it will. Hopefully to a gap.
But if Burstyn can keep that up, she's in a good spot. 1-2 the count for Atkin. And Atkin hits one high in the air, right to center field, out number 1.
Burstyn has a lot of different pitches she can throw at the batters, and it's been giving her a great advantage here. She's been, changing it up pretty much every time with every new batter.
Addie Marshall now up for the Beavers.
There we go. Marshall averages 278.
No. The shortstop actually tried to make the tag before the catch. And so Pender gets a stolen base.
That's always unfortunate, and especially when it's a good throw. It's rough.
I think so. Yep, I think it was a strike 1.
Marshall averages 278 at the plate with 22 RBIs, 6 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run.
There's a fouled off, 0-2 the count. We'll confirm that real quick as soon as we get that count from the ump. So 2 pitch is going to be in deep center field, and there it is. Play going to be at third base, and Pender will go in standing up. So 2 outs, Pender on third, and that'll bring up number 11, Hallie Hutchings. She's been hot today.
Yeah, she's been a really great base runner these past couple games today. Hutchings averages 317 at the plate with 30 RBIs, 8 doubles, and 3 home runs.
Hallie steps in. Here's the pitch from Burrison. Hutchings swing and a miss. A little bit of a high pitch. Strike 1. We're going to find out what's going on over there here in a minute.
A lot of cheering.
The winner of this one plays the loser of that game between Enterprise and Duchesne for a chance to play in the championship game. Here's the pitch. Hutchings kind of check swings, and it's going to be the shortstop making the catch. She ranges to her right and makes the catch. So 3 straight fly balls, and Millard is out of the inning. So it's a single by Pender. After that, it was 3 straight fly balls. So the Beavers, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. The end of 2, it's 6 for the Millard Eagles, 0 for the Beavers.
Town & Country Home Mortgage has been simplifying the home buying process for 18 years. We offer VA, FHA, USDA, conventional, and construction loans. Come see us or apply online at NephiMortgage.com. That's NephiMortgage.com. We are committed to our community and enjoy serving our friends and family. Talk to one of our expert loan officers, Abby Ivory, Liz Brotherson, Chantel Bennett, or Joe Nielsen. Town & Country Home Mortgage, proud supporters of high school athletics.
Welcome back, Scott Langford, Tavy Miles. We start the 3rd inning of play with Millard having a 6-run advantage. On the other field, it's Enterprise 4 and Duchesne 2, and then 3-0 Manti over South Summit. Manti, the higher-rated seed in that one.
Overall, we got some pretty good games here on each field. Each team battling hard, wanting to succeed.
And for the Millard Eagles, it's going to be Maddie Stevenson. She's 0 for 1 with an error. She got on an error in the 1st inning. Now we have a pitching change. So Aubrey Murdoch in at pitch for the Beavers in the circle. So Murdoch a junior as well, same as Hawkins. Here's the pitch, and going to be hit to the 3rd baseman limb. Quickly in the dirt, and can't scoop it. So that's going to be an error to start the 3rd inning on the Lady Beavers.
Another error to the Beavers, and that's very unfortunate, as that's how they've gotten a couple of their runs so far. So Beaver just need to tighten it up a little bit.
Yep, three errors on the Beavers in this game already. So that brings up the leadoff batter, Katie Dearden. Pitches up and high, ball 1. We're in the top of the 3rd here at the Spanish Fork Sports Complex. There's a pitch by Murdoch, and swing and fouled off. So 1-1 the count.
I would never dare try and catch a foul ball with my bare hands like that.
Yeah, I've done it before. It stings, but you can't let anybody know that it hurts. Dearden will hit it to second base. Opportunity for a double play. They get the one at second and nothing at first. And so that will be a 4-6 first out.
Luckily, there was no pass baller at first where the runner could have advanced to second. But definitely a good thing that they got the lead runner there.
Yeah, Dearden gets on a fielder's choice. That'll bring up Haley Flynn. Flynn, 2 singles in the game.
Can she make it a third? We'll see.
See if she can do the hat trick. That pitch is up and out. Ball 1. Coach Dallin Bradshaw changing things up just a little bit by changing pitchers in the second inning, top of the third rather. Ball. 2-0 the count. Murdoch and Hawkins have done a great job all season long spelling each other off.
It's good when a pitcher has relief. And it also kind of shakes it up for the batters, because sometimes even just a little bit of change of speed throws off everyone's hitting.
Yep. So 3-0 to the batter. There's 1 out. Runner on first is Dearden. This is Flynn. That one looked pretty good, and it is. So 3-1 the count for Haley Flynn.
With a runner on first, it's not easy to frame. So, good job hitting that outside
Not unless
corner.
you want to get him to second, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Walk. So ball 4. So the second runner on the base path. And that moves Dearden into scoring position at second base with Shaylee Burston up at the plate. She is 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice, but also has an RBI and a walk. Burston steps in, and that pitch will be strike 1. Off-speed pitch by Murdoch.
I've always found it interesting to start your first pitch off with an off speed, but worked out well.
Pitch is going to be hit into left field, and Pender makes the grab. And so she'll hold the runner's beautiful catch. She got a little late start, but she recovered and made a nice grab.
Yeah, great hustle play there by Pender. A little bit of a dive. Appreciate that.
Yeah. You always do. So Maxfield now up at the plate. She has a single and is 1 for 2. She hit to the second baseman to end the last inning. Well, to get an out in the last inning.
They just need 1 out to end this inning.
Pitch is up and going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be high. Ball 2. Hitters count coming up for the Millards. Maxfield, the cleanup hitter for the Eagles. Again outside, 3-0.
You definitely don't want to walk here, because a single then will then score 2.
Yep. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one's going to be in the dirt, ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning have now loaded the bases. So Dearden goes to third, Flynn to second, and first for Maxfield. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Lily Reed. She's 1 for 2 with a single and got on error.
With 2 outs, Beaver can go anywhere to end the inning. A little bit of options, but hopefully it doesn't come to that.
It's in second base. Can she make the play? She does, and the Beavers dodge a bullet on that one as they get a 4-1, 4-3 for the third out. So for the Millard Eagles in the top of the 4th inning, they have no runs on, I meant top of 3. That's what I think I said that in my head. So it's going to be no runs, no hits with 3 left on. And no errors. So as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, it's still 6 for the Millard Eagles, no score for the Beavers.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Doctors B. Noel Robinson, Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, physician's assistants Reagan Fales, Travis Hicks, and Kenneth Hussey, and nurse practitioners Robin Horton, Lindsay Cheney, Rebecca Rasmussen, and Wade Hollingshead. The Beaver Medical Clinic offers affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Welcome back. As we start the bottom of the third, it'll be Howerton, Albrecht, and then back to the top to Carter. As the Beavers now haven't even been through the lineup once, and Millard is already on their third at bat for most of their girls.
Howerton averages 269 at the plate with 6 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 1 triple.
So Brindley will step in. Small delay. Now she'll step in. Burriston remains in the circle for the Millard Eagles. She'll throw a pitch in to Howerton. Strike one.
If I'm correct, Burston has pitched every single game this tournament.
I think so.
Pretty impressive.
She's got to be a little tired.
I would imagine.
Strike two for Howerton, so an 0-2 count for Brindley Howerton.
Even with pitching this whole tournament, she is bringing the heat.
Yep. Howerton will set to protect. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that will be up the line. She'll run, and it will stay foul. It's kind of interesting where that might have gone. That's one of those ones where it hits the right rock, it goes to a fair ball.
Mm-hmm.
6-0 our score. Millard on top. In the bottom of the third, Beaver up to bat. Pitch is down. Ball one, 1-2. In rural Utah, you see a lot more rocks than you do at Spanish Fork. And there is now that's going to be interesting. They're going to call her out. So, yep, as the ball hit her before it hit the ground.
That's always
she's saying it didn't hit me. And they're going to check. I thought it hit her foot.
I thought so too.
Yep, in the base pass, so that'll be an out. So we'll just put one out.
Funny thing, that actually happened to Millard last game.
It did. Okay, Talia Lisa will bat for Albrecht. So she'll step up with one down. Foul ball, strike one. To Elisa
averages 217 at the plate with 9 RBIs, 1 triple, and 2 home runs.
Elisa, a sophomore. She'll figure into the Beavers' plans heavily coming up. Elisa hits up the left field line. There's a base hit for Elisa. And she'll look at two. Doesn't go, so she'll go back to first base. So Beavers have a base runner. Only the second hit of the game off of Shaylee Burriston. We're back to the top with Carter.
Hopefully Beaver can capitalize on this single run and just build on it.
0 for 1 for Kinsley Carter. Talia Lisa gets caught in the middle. She's going to go in, and she is safe. Great job by Elisa as she did an early slide and reached long.
Yeah, that was almost a pickle, but it wasn't. That was very good base running by her after she got caught there.
It was. She did a really good job. She hopped towards second base and then made a break for it.
Mm-hmm.
Catcher did a great job, too. No foul to the catcher. Here's the pitch. Strike one for Carter. Well, it was one strike to add to the first one, which was strike two. Did you like how I did that? 0-2 the count. I was too busy watching the pickle to score the last pitch. And that got Carter looking, so strike out for out number 2. And she did a nice job catching that corner.
Yeah, off speed as well. She's bringing that change up, working well for her. Beavers are not able to hit it.
Here's Lim. Dennis Alders calling a near home run. Lim's going to pop it up back to our position. Strike one. Like somebody might have got almost tagged on that one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ball one, 1-1 the count with Lim.
Umpire saying just a little bit low.
Yep.
Catcher wanted it.
The catcher held it, saying, hey, come on now. Got that one. That one's on the inside corner on the lower end of the strike zone.
Very good pitch to hit. Batters don't like inside pitches most of the time.
That's true. Lim with the 1-2 count will have to protect. Here it comes. And Lim will hit it over to the left third baseman. Up and for the out, and that'll do it. So Lim goes down on a 5-3 for the third out. And for the Beavers, they score no runs on one hit, no errors, one person left on. We go to the top of the fourth with Millard leading 6-0.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, we make it happen for you.
Auto Farm Price Ford has your next truck at the guaranteed lowest price. Auto Farm will not be undersold. The time to buy is now. Auto Farm has a huge selection. If you're in the market for a new or pre-owned Ford F-Series, including the unbeatable F-150, no one has more than Auto Farm. Find more great offers and all their inventory online at PriceFordSales.com.
At Auto Farm Price Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, we make it happen for you.
Welcome back. Scott Linkford, Tavy Miles. We head to the top of the fourth right now with Millard commanding 6-0 lead as they scored all of those in the first 2 innings. And the Beavers, Aubrey Murdoch, the junior, in the circle for the Beavers. And for the Millard Eagles, it will be 6-7-8, which is Warner, Bowers, and Kane.
Beavers hoping to replicate like they did last inning with no runs adding to the board.
Yep.
They just need to chip away at this lead. Not to do that next up at bat.
So for the Millard Eagles, the catcher, Hallie Warner, is 1 for 2 with a single in the first inning. Here comes the pitch to Warner from Murdoch. Pitch is low in the dirt, ball 1. Nice block by the catcher.
Good to get in that habit when there's base runners.
Yeah, it's true. 1-0 the count. That'll be hit up the left field line, foul. Strike 1. 1-1 the count.
Good cut there.
Talk to me about what's happening with Duchesne and Enterprise.
Duchesne and Enterprise are 4-2. With Enterprise up as well. They just ended the inning, but it's actually the bottom of the fourth, so Duchesne will be up to bat here, see if they can chip away at that lead.
The loser of that game plays the winner of this one. There's going to be a ball, 2-1 the count. Warner steps back in. Last we checked, it was also Manti 3-0 over South Summit still. There's a hit deep to left field. That one is up there, and it's going to hit the fence, so it's going to be a single for Hallie Warner. The shade has us on that one. We couldn't see it. Hit the fence.
Yeah, it looked gone to me, but the shade was in the way.
Yep.
Good hustle, though, by Pender out there.
Yep, a leadoff single. So for the Millard Eagles, that is 5-8. That's the 9th base hit.
Very impressive. Good hits.
So first hit of the game, strike 1. Strike 1 on Bowers. Mm-hmm. She has 2 singles in the game, 2 RBIs. That was going to be a low ball. 1-1 the count. Murdoch steps back up to deliver the pitch. Here it is. That one's going to be hit to the shortstop. Double play ball possibility 1. And not able to get the second one. So that will be a fielder's choice for Bowers. Hallie Warner out at second base.
Not able to make that double play, unfortunately. I thought the runner curved the wrong way, so she might have been able to tag her, but, that's iffy.
It's kind of not how they turn. It's if they make a motion. So they can
That's
turn
true.
the other way.
That's true.
As long as they don't make a motion towards second base. But I actually was wondering if Moon would at least tag and see.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
Now it's going to be a hit. Nice into left field by J.D. Kane.
Nice single out there to left field. Carter just a little bit too far to the wrong side to make that play.
So runners on first and second now as that moves Bowers to second. And they'll bring up Maddie Stevenson. Stevenson 0 for 2 on the afternoon. So 2 runners on with 1 out. Here's a pitch. Hit foul down the right field line. Strike 1.
With a runner in scoring position, Beaver definitely wants to either catch her looking at the plate or at least get a double play or, I don't know, even a 1 out, I guess. But
well, Millard with the golden opportunity to try to add to their lead. They don't want to let Beaver hang around.
And like the last few innings, once they got one, they started getting more. So 1 run could give them the momentum they need to seal the deal.
Here's the pitch. Will be low, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Again, 1 out, runners on first and second. Pitch looks like a strike. It is. Back to the pitcher. They'll take the lead runner at first base, and that'll be out number 2. 1-3 for Stevenson, out number 2. So that'll bring up the top of the order, Katie Dearden. And Dearden is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Still runners at second and third now. Pitch is low, ball 1.
Albrecht over-exaggerating those stops, making sure she doesn't let that ball go by her.
Yep, she's making sure of it with the runner on third. Strike, and that will be a foul ball. 1-1 the count. One pitch from Murdoch. Here it comes. Pitch is out and going to be hit back to Murdoch. Can Atkin get it? No, as that will be off of the glove. And Atkin tried but couldn't quite make the grab. And that's going to be another run for the Millard Eagles as Bowers comes home.
That brings us to 7-0 here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yep, 7-0. Millard continues to add to their lead, and also runners on the corners with 2 outs.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. Albrecht brought out the sign. We'll see what they do here. I don't know if it's different from when I played, but looks like they got a trick up their sleeve.
Tell me what you think is going to happen.
I have no idea. They could either throw to second or trick at the shortstop or not.
I think they're going to try second. That's my prediction. And then it won't matter. It's going to be a base hit and an RBI, and the lead goes up 1 more for the Millard Eagles. Beautiful hit.
Yeah, great hit, scoring a run for them. Has she been the one that's been hitting it all up the center? Or most of them have been hitting them up the center, but it was a great hit.
So let's see, that one. Nope. She hit that one up the middle. Let's see. That was Flynn. Yep, so she hit that one up the middle.
Okay, very cool.
But she is now 3 for 3 with a walk on the afternoon. And there's on the right side. Millard just keeps hitting the singles. Burriston with single to right field, and now another run sneaks in as the Millard Eagles putting it on the Beavers now 9-0.
As you saw, Millard's head coach with a windmill arm sending her in.
Yeah, just a little bit too slow for the Lady Beavers in the outfield. And that puts Flynn on third and Burriston on first.
Looks like Beavers got a second chance for that trick play.
Yeah. Not the one they want, however. So
No.
Maxfield back up to the plate. That's your cleanup hitter. She is 0 for 1 with 1 for 2 with a walk. Pitches in and low, ball 1. Burstyn stays at first base. There are 2 outs, big 2-out rally for the Millard Eagles. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 2.
Beaver not wanting to load up the bases here.
There's Murdoch. She'll step up in the circle, and here comes the 1-0 pitch. That won't be a strike, swung on, foul on the left side. Maxfield steps back in. She's got the 1-1 count. I have 2-1, but I'm never right usually, so there's a strike. Strike 2.
One more strike to end the inning.
Yeah, runners still on the corners. Maxfield fouls that one off. Count remains the same. Still runners at the corners. 2 outs. 9-0 Millard on top of Beaver late in this one. We're in the top of the 4th. We'll get you some scores coming up between innings. There's the pitch, and it's going to miss.
A little high,
so it
I
is
think.
Full count. So 3-2, the count, 4 on the batter. Maxfield. That's going to be a walk, so the base is loaded again. Maxfield goes to first. Burstyn to second.
Hopefully Beaver uses this loaded bases to their advantage, being able to go anywhere for this 3rd out.
Yeah.
They only need
some
one.
Encouragement for the pitcher from the infield. They'll come in, and Dallin Bradshaw, the coach for the Beavers, will come out to the circle and talk to his batters. We'll take a short break while they have a conference.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
Welcome back. Coach Dallin Bradshaw heads back towards the dugout after talking to his pitcher and infield. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 9-0. This is almost do or die here. The Beavers have got to get some momentum. Coming back from 9-0 is hard anyway.
If they score 1 run and hold the Beavers next inning, that will end the game. So do or die is definitely accurate.
Yep, strike 1. For Lily Reed. Second pitch is in. Would have caught the corner. That's strike 2. So 0-2 the count on Reed. Millard has just been hitting the ball like crazy in this one. I talked to Coach Burstyn last night. He said, we dropped one because we couldn't hit. Well, that certainly, whatever they did in the meantime has worked. There's going to be a hit, and Murdoch picks it up and can't get there in time. And so that will be an error on the Beavers, and it scores another run, and that's 10.
Yeah, every run after this is just one more run the Beavers have to get to, stop that 10-run rule.
Yep. So the bases remain loaded as Burstyn goes to third, Maxfield to second, and Reed on first with Hallie Warner up to the plate. First pitch is fouled off.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, no.
Oh,
hit by a pitch. So hit by the pitch, she'll move the bases, and so that'll add another run. That will be 12. If Millard scores, is that 12 or 10?
That's 11.
11, So 11? Okay.
Let's see. Hallie's coming back. No. Who's coming back out?
Yeah, it looks like Hawkins will come back out on the field, and Murdoch will get a break. So we'll take one more break while they warm up. Hawkins.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
in your everyday help,
in those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Welcome back. Hallie Hawkins back in the circle for the Beavers. We've got 2 outs, bases loaded. And up at the plate will be Mercedes Bowers.
Hawkins hoping to bring this inning to a close.
Mercedes Bowers. So Hallie Hawkins was the starting pitcher. Now she's back in with a bases loaded. Here comes the first pitch. Does she catch the corner? She does. Strike 1. Bowers in the game, 2 singles and fielder's choice, so 2 for 3. Pitch is going to be high and out. Albrecht with a nice snag. (11-0). Millard on top, trying to add to that lead. Does she catch the inside corner? Just misses. Ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Looked good, might have been low.
That was close. We can't tell the up and down, but it looked close, didn't it? And that was going to be hit up, and Atkin will get the tag, and that'll do it for the inning. So are they going to count a run?
I don't think they will. They won't.
They did. She tagged.
It's still a force.
Oh, okay. So that would be a 4 unassisted for the 3rd out of the inning. So more damage as Millard goes up 11-0 in the top of the 4th, and we'll be back for the bottom of 4 after this.
Maybe he landed here totally by coincidence. But if by chance he's admiring your fresh coat of Benjamin Moore soft sky blue, well, that's a pretty high compliment. Coming from an expert.
Welcome back. Star Moon will start us off in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Beavers desperate for some offense.
Yeah, Beavers need at least 2 runs.
That one, if it's fair, that one's easily out of here, and it will be a foul ball. As it is a strike. All of that for a strike. We don't get to see that on the left field line, but that was definitely had the distance. As Star Moon swung on that one, and it looks like they'll throw the ball back in to the field. So here it comes. Pitcher's already got a ball, so we'll just go home.
Star not seeing the ball in the field.
Yep. So Moon will step back out, see if she can straighten that one out just a little bit. Down 11-0. Moon thinks about that one. You saw the big flinch.
Oh, yeah.
She let it go.
Those ones are tempting.
Yes, they are. Here's the pitch for Moon. She swings and pops it up, and it is in play, but not able to be caught, so it'll be strike 2. 1-2 the count.
Both the second baseman and the first baseman hustling to get that one just a little bit too far.
So Moon 1-2 with the count. Moon hits it up there, out there, easily. There's a home run for Star Moon. And finally, the Beavers on the board, and finally that home run for Star Moon.
Too bad there wasn't any runners on the base, but hopefully this gives Beavers some momentum to just build on that.
Yep, the lead back down to 10, 11-1. And that'll bring up Lindsey Pender. Pender 1 for 1 in the ball game.
Pender got a good hit last at bat. Hopefully she can do that again.
So Lindsey Pender, sophomore, will come up. The ball comes in from the side. Pender steps in and readies for the pitch from Burriston. Looked good, a little bit high. She has a better eye than I.
I don't know if I wouldn't have swung at that one.
I know lots of people that would have swung at that one. Pender steps in. Here's the pitch. Nice swing and a fouled off. So 1-1 the count. This is only Pender's second bat. You know, Millard's already on. Some of the girls are on their fourth.
Wow.
The next time through will be number 5. Only second time for Pender. In the game, only 2 hits for Beaver.
Pender being one of them.
Yep. Ball 2-1 the count. The winner of this one plays the loser of Enterprise and Duchesne. Right now the score is?
I believe it's still 4-2.
Still 4-2. Enterprise Wolves over Duchesne. Pender fouls one off. 2-2 the count. We're all even.
Oh, jumps into the stands.
Did it?
Yep.
Here's the 2-2 pitch from Burriston. Pop up, and it's in trouble zone, but great job by the shortstop.
Yeah, good hustle there. I wasn't sure she was going to get to it. It was over her head, but the center fielder was just too far out there.
Yep.
So good play by the shortstop.
So now Marshall up for Beaver High School. Addie steps in with 1 down and nobody on.
Yes.
Oh, Sam Atkin. If I didn't have Wendy and Tavy, I think I would just say almost anything, and no one would even check me. Exactly. Larry, Mo, Curly, I don't know who's up. Sam Atkin up at the plate. Yep. 1 ball for Atkin. Anything can happen to girls softball. This lead is big. But 1 inning can change a lot of things. Atkin takes strike number 1. 1-1 the count. One down. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Atkin hits it on the left side. Shortstop over to make the grab again.
She's got both the outs so far this inning.
So 2 outs for the Beavers. Marshall up. Addie Marshall up to the plate. Now she's really up, right? Okay, yeah, she's really up. So Addie steps in, the senior for the Beavers.
Beavers still down by 10 runs.
Yep.
Need at least 1 more to get out of that 10-run roll.
That is true.
They will have 1 more at bat though before that takes place.
First pitch up and out, ball 1 for Marshall. She's 0 for 1 in the game, flew out the center fielder last at bat. Marshall's that pitch out, so ball 2, 2-0 the count. The hitter's count for Addie Marshall. This might be one of the best times to spot a strike. There's the pitch, and it is in the dirt, ball 3.
That's true. You know, sometimes when there's a 2-0 or 3-0, they're just going to give you a gutter ball, and especially in a game like this, you don't want to let that pass by.
That is true. That pitch is up and out, ball 4. So a base runner for the Beavers. Addie Marshall goes to first, 2 down.
Is that her first walk? I believe so this game. Or am I tripping?
You are not tripping. First walk of the game for Shaylee Burriston. Pretty impressive.
Oh, I would agree.
After all this pitching she's done. We watched her in the first game this morning, and I think she's pitching better in this one than she did the first one.
Wow,
the one the Beavers won, yeah. So Coach Burston out to talk to his infield. It's 2 down, runner on first, with Hallie Hutchings up at the plate.
Hallie hoping to get a base hit, advance that runner.
I think Coach Burston just wanted to talk to his players, tell them to keep going.
Shake the nerves off a little bit.
Yeah, umpire says there's your visit. So again, 2 down, runner on first, 11-1, Millard up on the Beavers.
And this will be the final game, correct? So they'll play tomorrow. Yep. The winner of this will play tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Swing and a miss for Hutchings. Strike 1. Yeah, the winner of this one. Plays tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2 for Hutchings. Hutchings flew to the shortstop last at bat. So 0-2. Pitcher's count for Burston. Here's the pitch. Hutchings fouls it off. Count remains 0-2.
She's just trying to stay alive as Burston's coming to her. Bring in just great pitching.
Yeah, Hutchings has hit very well today, but deep in the count on this one. Here's the pitch to Hutchings, 0-2. Burston, and Hutchings goes down swinging, strike 3 for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the top of the 5th with Millard having a 10-run lead.
Jones & DeMille Engineering is more than a civil engineering firm. They're shaping new opportunities for work and play, shaping the landscape in the rural Intermountain West, and shaping the communities that they're proud to be a part of. Their offices in Richfield, Manti, Price, St. George, Monticello, Springville, Roosevelt, and Tooele provide civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Welcome back. Scott Langford, Tavy Miles. We're in the top of the 5th. And the Millard Eagles will have up at the plate will be batters 8-9-1. So we'll start with J.D. Kane.
Millard hoping to just keep adding those runs to the board. Just solidify their lead even more, so the Beavers have to come back
even farther. That's right. Kane in the game is 1 for 3 with a single last inning. Hawkins in the circle for the Beavers. Here's the pitch. Pitch is down and out. Ball 1. 5-2. Enterprise over Duchesne in the 5th inning on the other field. And it's 3-2. Here's a hit straight up in the air, and Albrecht makes the catch.
As a catcher, those were always my favorite ones.
Yeah.
But
not a whole lot of spin, not a whole lot of movement. It was spinning, but it wasn't doing this as it was going down.
Yeah, sometimes those ones will catch you off guard if you're facing the wrong way, too.
Stevenson up. She's 0 for 3, on twice, though, due to errors. She'll take ball 1 to start off her at-bat this inning. So it looks like Manti has a 3-2 lead, 2 home runs for South Summit, as they're looking to go in to remain undefeated and play tomorrow for the championship. Pitches 1-1, now make that 2-1 for Stevenson. We have 1 down. She's the second batter of the inning, back up the top of the order after this one. Here's a pop-up, and that one's going to drop as Atkin tried to find it, couldn't. And so another single for the Millard Eagles.
Millard's been doing a great job finding those holes in the infield and the outfield. Like, that was just no man's land out there.
Yeah. Dearden is 1 for 4 with a single in the 1st inning. She had a to right center. She'll step in again. This is her 5th at-bat of the game. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
First pitch is in and hit deep to left field, and Pender right there for the out, and that'll hold the runner at first base.
Glad to see they hit a cutoff.
Haley Flynn will be up to the plate, and Flynn on the afternoon. Guess what she's done? She's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. 3 singles and a walk. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
That's very impressive batting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, first 3 for 3 and a walk. A little controversy, Manti South Summit. That's ball 1. So 1-1 the count. You can hear from the crowd that little anxiety coming up as the game gets close to the end. Flynn will foul off, strike 2.
7th inning over there, right?
I think so.
I believe.
Let me check. Seventh inning.
Ooh, that makes it even more contentious.
Ball, 2-2 the count. We're all even. 2 outs with nobody on. 11-1 Millard. We're in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch and strike 3. That'll do it. So Hawkins does her job. Now the Beavers bats have to come to play as they go into the bottom of the 5th inning. If the Beavers don't score this time, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
They have to score at least 1 run to keep this game going. And the Beavers will be batting 8-9-1. Howerton, Albrecht, and then Carter as we come to the bottom of 5. We'll take a short break and be back with bottom 5 after this on Centricom Channel 10.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Welcome back. Scott Langford, Tavy Miles. This is it. Bottom of 5. The Beavers have to score. And it'll be starting off with Brinley Howerton. Howerton 0 for 1 in the game. Only her 2nd at-bat.
Yeah, comparing to Millard's 5th at-bat, that's
Yep.
quite opposite ends of the spectrum.
Well, the number of hits is just staggering for the Millard Eagles.
Yes,
so the Millard Eagles with 16 hits and 13 batters left on base. Unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
That's a hitting display. Here's Howerton. Burston sets with the pitch. Here it comes. Howerton hits high fly ball. Shortstop ranges over and makes the grab. Out number 1.
Millard definitely came to play today as they're playing impeccable offense and defense.
They really are. So the Beavers only with 3 hits by my count.
How many errors do the Eagles have? Not many.
0.
0.
Yeah. Okay, coming up is Albrecht for the Beavers. And it's strike 1 for Albrecht. 1 down, 2 outs to go. That one looked good and is. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. Pitcher's count for Burriston against Albrecht.
Very nice inside pitch.
Mm-hmm. Albrecht steps in and fouls it off. Protects. The count remains 0-2. It's 3-2 with South Summit. Is that game over? So who won? Manti? Manti defeated South Summit 3-2. Wow. And it came down to the very end. A lot of fun. So Manti awaits the one-loss bracket for tomorrow's championship game. There's a swinging fouled off by Albrecht again.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Burson throws a off-speed pitch here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's way ahead.
Way ahead, yeah.
She's got 3 pitches. Pitch is down, hit to the second baseman. Albrecht speeds down, and she's going to get on the first error of the game. But then she's going to be tagged out at second as she turns and goes. And so out number 2.
Maybe I jinxed them by asking them how many errors they had, but it looks like they came back from it anyway.
Yep. So the Beavers down to one bat, and that'll be Kinsley Carter. She's 0 for 2 so far on the afternoon.
Let's see if she can turn this around for the Beavers.
It'd have to be a monumental rally.
Oh, definitely.
Here we go. The Beavers are capable. Ball 1.
You know, I think the hardest game to play in the entire state tournament is tomorrow's morning game.
You think that's the hard one?
I do.
Center field might end the game and the season for the Lady Beavers, as she does. F8, and the Millard Eagles put together just an amazing, dominant victory against the Beavers. They even their record to 2-2 on the season, but more importantly, they advance to take on the loser of Enterprise and Duchesne. Ends a very good season for the third-seeded Beaver High School Beavers. So they've had a great season.
Yeah, great season with new coaching staff this year. Definitely it's kind of hard to adjust sometimes, but I think they all did a great job and they had a great season. And, you know, congrats to the seniors who are graduating this year. It's definitely hard to lose, so.
Yeah, some really great seniors. You've actually got Kinsley Carter, Caitlin Lim, Star Moon, Sam Atkin, Addie Marshall, Hallie Hutchings, just to name a few. And that is a wonderful group of young women, and Beavers will miss them next year, and they've been a lot of fun, and so we want to wish them the very best. For the Millard Eagles, they will move on to play tomorrow morning. So 3's their limit. They'll play tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. They'll play the loser of Enterprise and Duchesne.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. With like I said, you know, arguably the hardest game of the entire tournament is tomorrow morning's game. There's a lot riding on it
It certainly is.
For both teams. So, yeah, good luck to both teams that are playing, and see you guys tomorrow.
That'll do it for us. We appreciate you, and there's a lot more softball coming up on Centricom Channel 10.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and